Hey Investy Besties, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank y'all so much for coming back. Oops, I shook the camera. Thank y'all so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. My name is Shalise. I'm a 40-year-old mama, wife, worker bee, and we are just documenting our journey here on these YouTube streets so that we can document our journey to financial freedom and motivate you. I'm not a financial advisor or fiduciary, so I'm an investor. I'm sharing the stuff. I'm in the trenches just like you. I'm a regular person, you know, that's documenting their journey. I don't have a fancy setup. I'm just hanging out here in my bedroom trying to get these videos. I'll also be aware of scammers, fake pages. I am only active here and on Instagram via my direct link below. So when in doubt, always send me an email. Email is also down below. So I wanted to give an update on our SPLG position. It's been a minute. You guys know I've been really focusing on trying to get $30,000 into this position. Sometimes we change like our strategy. Like, do we want 100 shares? Do we want $10,000? Do we want $30,000? You know, what is it? But right now we want $30,000 invested, and we've achieved that, which is kind of crazy. Excuse me, guys. I'm struggling with a cold. If you watched my last video, you know that 3 people in my house are sick. But I'm feeling good, so we're just going to keep the videos going. So I started investing in SPLG late last year. Shout out to Boss Dog who told me about SPLG. He was like, this is a great alternative to VOO. A lot of people are on the VOO train, but there's another alternative that's just as good, that's a little bit cheaper, actually a lot cheaper. And so shout out to him. I did my research and I was like, whoa, I wish I would have found this out sooner. But that's why I love the community, because I have people who have been investing on my channel that's in my comment section for just 20, 30 years. So I'm glad that we have people from all across the spectrum here just encouraging each other. But SPLG is a State Street Global Advisors Funds. I just want to give a little bit of background into why we love it. It tracks the S&P 500, so it's the same tracking mechanism that VOO uses as well. And the great thing about SPLG is that it was enacted, I'm trying to look, I have my tablet here, on November 8th, 2005. Okay, so it's been around for a good minute. It's not something that is just new, that just kind of sprung up on the scene. But I also wanted another growth ETF in our taxable accounts. So we invest in 2 different ways. We have our long-term retirement-based accounts. So my husband and I's 401ks, Roths, HSA, that's long-term future, and we want to keep that money for our older selves. But in the meantime, again, I just turned 40. So what if I get laid off? We do want to retire early, but look, we see the economy, right? What if I get laid off? We'll have this money in a taxable account that we can access. Yes, we have to pay taxes. I mean, I have to pay taxes on my YouTube income. I have to pay taxes on my side hustle. You got to pay taxes. But to be able to access the liquidity on a Monday and have it in my bank account by a Friday, that is why I like taxable accounts. So having this here has just been a great, great, great help. Another thing is that this fund has a very low expense ratio. So with funds, you do have to pay a fee. There are some that are free. That's why I like Fidelity, because some of their Fidelity based funds are free, but this one is just 0.02%. So very, very, very small expense ratio. They do pay out a dividend that is distributed every quarter. So shout out to all of my dividend investors. You get a dividend with a really, really great fund. And the performance of this has just been great. I mean, if you look at the performance of VOO, it has been performing pretty much identically to it. So I would just prefer psychologically. I mean, yes, they do the same thing, but psychologically, I just like paying 60 some odd dollars for something versus VOO, which is 500 and what? 30-ish dollars, and it's just getting more and more expensive. So I just like this. It's another reason why I also like SCHG, which I have talked about, but that is just like growth, whereas SPLG has growth and value and things like that. The top 10 holdings are also pretty good. So again, Apple, Nvidia, your Microsofts, your Amazons, all of that good stuff, but also Eli Lilly is in this. So a lot of people don't know about Eli Lilly. Also Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, how many of y'all love Warren Buffett like I do? Well, his company is also in this particular fund as well, in addition to like Coca-Cola and Walmart, you know, really, really good value-based companies, good blue chip companies that we don't really think about because technology gets all the loving in the investing world. But there are also really good companies like Johnson & Johnson and such that are also in this particular fun. But I'm going to pull up our Robinhood so we have some shares there. So this Robinhood portfolio is the one that my husband and I are going to access first should we retire early. Okay, so again, I would love to retire early in about 2 years or so, but again, if you get laid off, if the company pulls back, I mean, y'all know how it is. We'll have this money to access in addition to our like emergency funds, sinking funds, things like that, bonds or CDs, like things like that. So you can see that in this Robinhood, you'll see it up on your screen. I'm just trying to scroll to it. We have 125.87 shares in this particular account. So the market value is $8,598.69. We are up in this position $904.28, or let's just say almost 12%. It's 11.75, but I'm just rounding up. Our average cost is $61.13. And right now, at the recording of this video, is $68.31 a share, though that can go up or down depending on by the time you see this, but it'll be somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. In the past week, it is down 0.12%. The past month, it is up 0.02. The past 3 months, 5.84. Year to date, 23.01. And in the past year, 37.47%. So again, trades the same as VOO. Just psychologically, I like having something that I can get a whole share in versus like a piece of a share. That's just super motivating to me. Psychologically, it helps me to want to continue to invest and build up my share sizes. If you look to our interactive brokers position, okay, so we wanted to get a little bit more growth in like all of our taxable accounts. So you can see over in our interactive brokers position, you'll see it up on your screen. You add up interactive brokers and the Robinhood, they both equal $30,000. But I think for the time being, I'm gonna pause SPLG. And this is what I love about it, is because we reached our goal. So we're pausing so we can focus on other funds and stocks that we may want to build up our share size. I'll tell you guys this. A goal of ours, my husband and I, is to have 100 shares minimum in everything we own. So, we have like 12,000 plus shares in our 401k. We have like hundreds of shares in our Roths and our HSAs, but, to get like 100 shares like of NVIDIA. So that is something my husband really, really wants to like focus on, is to get like 100 shares. At the recording of this video, I think we have like 55 and something. I'll share a screenshot. So we're like a little more than halfway there. Right now, NVIDIA is at like 140 some odd dollars or so a share. And although, that's not the premise of this video, I just want to share with you guys like what we're doing, like what we're trying to focus on next. Visa, I mentioned I want to focus on for 2025, building that up. SCHG, I want to build that up a lot as well. VTI, I think we have like 71,000 or something. In terms of VTI, I don't want to focus on the share, but I want to get the value to $100,000. So we're like pretty much almost there. Like we can see the finish line, though we have a ways to go, but I don't think having 72,000 or 71,000 into VTI is bad. So I'm just trying to give you guys some insight until we reach our goal and then we move forward. I know I'll get questions on how do you determine if you like 100 shares or $10,000. It's just based off of your own personal strategy. Like mine is a great one. I just want to have 100 shares in everything. Minimum. Some I'll have more, some I'll have 100 shares. Also, you can add like it could be based on like a dividend you want to receive. So if I want to receive $100 in dividends from, let's say, Realty Income or Main Street, there's a great website that I use. I'll have it linked below where you can put in the math based on how much the stock or the fund is trading at today, so that you can see, oh, if I want $100 dividend payout a month in Main Street, then I need to have $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 invested into it. So the math plays an important part. I'll leave a website below that I do use. I think there is a paid version for it, but there's a free version as well, and I use the free version to like do my research and calculation, all that type of good stuff. So yeah, I really am excited. It's just, again, like my husband and I, just to see us how far we've come these past 10 years on this journey. I started at 30. I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 in September. And let me tell y'all, I would have never thought in a million years we would be where we are right now, 10 years later. And you may think 10 years is a long time. You may even think a year is a long time, but I am telling you, the time moves like this, and you want to make sure that if you plan on being alive, you want to make sure you are putting yourself in the best position possible so that you're not, forgotten or left behind when it comes to the economy or your finances or retirement or just achieving your own financial goals, your financial dreams. Like, what do you want to do that, costs money in this life, and you want to just do it responsibly? This is how investing and budgeting and paying off debt and saving can get you there. And I'm hoping that through my channel, I'm motivating you. I'm tapping you on the shoulder, like, continue to be consistent, continue to invest long term, do your research, and just join us here in the comment section, encouraging each other. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, 25,000 investy besties. So if you love this content, share it. Get some of your friends. I know many of you have your friends, your coworkers, your family follow me, and I do appreciate it so much. Major air hugs to all of you. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys are buying or looking to buy for 2025. Like, what's on your radar? Have you been thinking about it? Let me know down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, y'all already know, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.